Hello and welcome to CineBites, a cinematic culinary podcast where today we are exploring the Super Mario Bros. Movie from 2023, not the old one.
Oh, yeah.
So today we're going to dive into some interesting food choices and just a fun, nostalgic, animated adventure. Feast your eyes.
All right, welcome everyone. Oh, welcome to the Mario Brothers show. Yeah.
Wahoo!
Would I be Mario or would you be Mario? Who would be Mario and Luigi?
I'd
I'd probably be Mario because I'm shorter, right?
Slightly. I think I'd be Luigi.
Luigi. Okay.
I like Luigi.
Yeah, I like Mario too.
Hey.
All right, so
Yahoo!
so
That's what Luigi does.
So one thing, why are we doing this movie as opposed to the older movie?
Because the old one is just bad.
Yes.
This one, arguably, some people might say it's bad. It doesn't get the greatest reviews, but I like this movie.
No, this one's great. Honestly,
it's just people are stingy.
Stingy.
People being stingy.
That's the reason.
and I feel like, sure, you can be critical of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. First of all, it's a kids movie. This one is a kids movie.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there are other movies that we've talked about on the pod that, like the Muppets movie, or like last week's episode where we mentioned the Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Yeah.
They are maybe animated and they may be okay for a kid to watch, but they're maybe not necessarily kids movies.
Yeah.
This is a straight up kids movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That adults can enjoy, but then there's some adults that are like, this is so bad. There's no depth in the plot and the story. It's like, bro,
it's like, just watch it for what
literally
it is.
a Mario movie.
Right, exactly.
So,
You're
but anyway,
reading too deep.
This I saw in theaters, and actually, this was the first movie that I got to take my daughter to go to the theaters.
Aww.
She was very young when it came out, because this came out in April. She had just turned 2. And it actually held her attention for most of the time because it's just so bright and colorful and loud and all the music. And
for sure.
And so even for a 2-year-old, it did hold her attention. She had to have lots of snacks to get through it. And then when we ran out of snacks, she became restless. But either way, because of this movie, now she recognizes Mario everywhere she goes. Yeah. It's actually kind of funny because obviously we grew up on the Mario games, and that's how we're going to recognize him. For sure. But Ellie's really her first exposure to Mario is the movie. The movie, true. And so that's going to be what but she's also seen the games. She has played, because I got the new one for Christmas, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Oh, yeah. And she's played it with me. Yeah. I just give her the other controller and don't turn it on. Yeah. And classic. So she's always like, I'm playing, and she's like, I did it. I'm like, yeah, you did. But anyways, she has some exposure to the video games. But this movie is just colorful, and it's fun. The animation is great. But yeah, you don't want to go too deep in the plot of this. Yeah, I mean, who cares? Voice acting is actually, I mean, Chris Pratt, people were mad that Chris Pratt was Mario, and I could take it or leave it. I think it was fine. I think it was good, but I don't think it was like he amazed me. I don't think it was bad.
And maybe people's expectations were for him to sound more animated. You know?
And I think the intent was, and they had the original voice actor was Charles Martinet, who did all the stuff for Mario previously. But I think the idea, if you're going to sit down and watch this character for an hour and a half, and possibly more, because I'm sure they're going to do more of these because this is wildly successful.
Oh, for sure.
If you're going to sit down and watch this Mario character for multiple hours, you're going to get tired and worn out of this high-pitched, honestly annoying voice. Yeah. Because Mario doesn't talk very much in the movies. Right.
Or in the games.
Or that's what I meant, in the games. He doesn't talk very much in the games. And so when he does talk, it's, Yahoo! Yeah. It's me! Yeah. And different things like that, rather than like actually having dialogue with another character very often. For sure. So I think that was the intent, and people were pretty upset about that at first. But when you realize, like, okay, maybe I didn't want to sit through an hour and a half of let's go, Mario. Just this like stereotypically over the top Italian accent. Oh yeah. Rather than Chris Pratt being more just his normal voice with a subtle accent.
No, and I think he did a great job. I mean, really, all the acting
Jack Black is great as Bowser.
Yeah, he did great.
Peaches song, I mean, it's just perfect.
That one, I feel like that became more popular than the movie itself.
Oh, yeah,
even though the movie was great, you heard about the Peaches song way before. And I don't know if it was improv by Jack Black. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But Jack Black is always gonna be, steal the show in some situations. But they had that. Charlie Day, was it Anya Taylor-Joy?
Was Peach.
It was
Seth
Peach.
Rogen is Donkey Kong.
Yeah. So it's good, great cast to see. And
Keegan-Michael Key was good at Toad's voice. I like Toad's voice. Yeah, kind of like the really high, raspy thing. It was kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think, this is the kind of film, as far as the Mario franchise is concerned, this is the film that they were hoping would be, the Mario film. And I think they did it justice. I think they did it really well, because before that, you really didn't have a strong, anything Hollywood-wise with Mario. Is really the power was through the games.
Yeah,
which,
there was obviously that one movie. And they did have a Mario TV show back a long time ago.
But I think as far as if you want a strong movie with Mario in it, this is the one.
$1.36 billion box office.
Yeah. It's
huge movie.
Very huge. And I believe a few episodes back from last year, you were saying Chris Pratt may be one of the most famous actors of our generation, right?
I believe that.
That's a strong
and this is one of those reasons. I mean, this and the Guardians of the Galaxy. He was also a voice actor for a few other things like Lego Movie, the Jurassic World franchise. Even though the Jurassic World franchise isn't that great, it's still a huge franchise.
Yeah.
The original Jurassic World movie made even more than the Mario movie.
Yeah.
But then just other than that, just like he's in a number of other standalone action movies. I really do think Chris Pratt is one of the biggest actors of this generation. Wow. And coming up, he's about to voice Garfield in a new Garfield movie.
Ooh, dang!
They're making him. He's doing everything.
Bill Murray. Well, it sounds like he's following the biggest names. Yeah. He's going with Marvel. He's going with Mario. He's going with Jurassic Park. He's following the big names and being the face of those.
And I think that Hollywood also knows that he's a big name that a lot of people like.
Yeah.
He's a family-friendly name. Mm-hmm. He's a family-friendly name, and also just as a parent, I like Chris Pratt. He's not controversial. He's actually a Christian.
Oh yeah.
And so it's if there's a Chris Pratt movie, I'm I have no hesitation to do that. But then there's other actors where you're maybe I shouldn't be watching this person. So many different, all these different controversies for different people. He's a clean name. He's a solid name. He's a good actor, and he's also a big name. So I think if people are going to get him for their movie, they know it's going to draw people in just from him alone.
Definitely come a long way since, Parks and Rec he was huge in, but I think he was even in Gilmore Girls before that. But
really?
I think so. I think he had a very small role, but he definitely a long way since then. But yeah, I agree. He's definitely developed quite the reputation for himself. Where was I want to say it was Gilmore Girls or something. Gilmore Girls. Or somewhere way. Hold on,
I don't know. He's in a number of different things.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at his portfolio, it's. Oh, and the OC. Maybe it was the OC I'm thinking of, but the OC, he was in that a long time ago. But maybe that was the one I was thinking of. Anyways,
but then of course the Lego movies. I think I already mentioned that. Those are solid. Those are good. He was the main character in. Yep. I think we're stalling because we're not wanting to get to the food, which I actually don't think is going to be bad.
It's not going to be terrible, but
it's interesting.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just reveal, and then we just got to explain.
We'll just stare at it for a second. So we're looking at a plate.
Bananas and mushrooms.
We're looking at a plate of bananas and mushrooms.
Just bananas and raw whole mushrooms.
Do you think we're giving up? Do you think we're giving up on efforts? We have bananas.
Okay, so here's the reason.
Yeah.
Here's the reason you might think we're giving up, but they have spaghetti in the movie.
Yeah.
They have pizza in the movie.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like that's too easy.
Yeah. Well, plus we've had spaghetti before.
We've had spaghetti. We haven't had pizza yet.
Not yet.
But I'm kind of holding on to pizza
for a special
see if there's a movie that is like focused more on pizza,
which I have a couple in mind.
Ooh,
yeah,
spoiler. But anyway,
spoilers.
Yeah,
that's a spoiler,
I guess. But anyway, so that's kind of why. So I thought we need to be more creative because this is actually things that he eats in the movie too. He does eat a mushroom, and they kind of make a gag of it. You know, in the video games, he just kind of absorbs the mushroom and gets bigger. In the movie, he actually they have little red mushrooms. These aren't red, but they're white, which is the other color. And he eats it, and he's like grossed out because Mario does not like mushrooms.
Yep.
In the movie, that's
so we're eating
like
raw
gag.
mushrooms and peeling off the bananas
because obviously Donkey Kong eats some bananas in the movie. There's lots of throwing bananas, the Mario Kart, all that stuff.
Yep. So yeah, dig in. I feel very primitive.
This is the best part. We have water. Because they're plumbers.
They're plumbers.
We couldn't
you can't have plumbers without water.
We couldn't find any drink in this movie that we could do. And so he's like, they're plumbers. And, there's the one scene at the beginning
plumbers drink water.
Where they're messing with water. So plumbers have water.
Yeah. So
surely Mario has water at some point.
I'm hoping this mushroom makes me get taller. But we have to eat it at the same time.
I don't really like bananas.
You found that out today.
Well,
it's not my go-to fruit.
I actually used to love bananas. Like I used to have bananas all the time. I think that's why I'm sick of them. Because I used to have a banana for like every lunch in school.
So you would love a banana with peanut butter on it.
Oh. I don't hate bananas, but like
my dad used to always do that. Put some peanut butter.
I never find myself going, I'm going to get a banana and eat it. I don't ever do that anymore.
Actually, me neither. I mean, my daughter does, but that's it.
Yeah, mine too.
She
loves to get a whole banana.
Loves bananas. All right, mushroom time. Eat up. I got the really tiny one. Here's a tiny one over here if you don't want the big one.
I got a tiny one. Are you going to do the whole thing?
3, 2, 1, go.
Tastes like nothing.
Oh. Yeah.
Tastes like carrots.
Now that you say it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not the greatest.
Oh, it just gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, if we were to toss this up in some oil and maybe saute it a little bit, it'd be a lot better.
I understand why Mario didn't like it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, don't eat it raw. That's gross. But you just pop this off.
Boop. Boop.
And then eat a little bit.
It kind of tastes like carrots. Like kind of a metallic-y taste. You know what I'm saying?
It's the texture of it, too. I'm just like... I don't know.
Oh, maybe I need some plumber water.
Plumber water. But you dump it in if you put it in like ranch. Hold on. The taste reminds me of what like a public pool smells like.
Like chlorine.
Right.
It tastes like chlorine smells. I understand that. It tastes metallic to me.
Yeah.
And it's like
more of those banana.
That flavor, that aftertaste you get from eating a carrot, kind of that metallic-y flavor, it's extremely intensified in the raw mushroom.
Yeah. Well, glad we got all these mushrooms.
I don't know who's going to eat them. I'm not going to
I'll cut them up and I'll put them with, some other
That's true.
foods,
Cooking them up. I mean, I like cooked mushrooms.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
We'll put them in. I don't know. We'll save them. But anyways... So yeah,
this is an interesting food day,
and it's going to probably take the food down, or the overall dinner and a movie score down for us, just based on our reaction. So, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the dinner and a movie and kind of rate it that way. So we did talk about the movie.
We talked about the movie a lot already, but this movie is just a fun time. Don't take yourself too serious. It's a type of movie, like I did sit down and watch it in the theater. But it's the type of movie that you could turn on in the background, and then like while you're doing something else, or if you need to get up and do something while you're watching it, it's like not that big a deal.
Yeah, we actually did that recently, last couple of weeks.
Yeah, so it's just like you play in the background. It's just something every once in a while you catch it and be like, haha, that's funny, or oh, that's cool. But you don't have to sit there and be invested in the emotional stakes of Mario's life and his adventure, because it's not very emotional, except I will say we talked about this before on the podcast, just in general, after becoming dads, we're more emotional about things. I find myself tearing up in a lot more movies
Yeah.
I teared up at the end of the Mario Bros. Movie.
Yeah.
I literally did.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because it's not even sad. It was like, there's like that ending part when Mario and Luigi, spoilers, they team up and they defeat Bowser, and there's like this, it's like brotherly love moments, and like.
Well, and they've had flashbacks throughout the movie when after Luigi gets kidnapped, of where Mario's always been there for him.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I don't know why. I think also part of it was that I was taking my daughter to a movie for the first time, so she was actually there.
Yeah.
And I teared up slightly. Like I had no tears fell, but I could feel it in my eyes.
You
could feel it in your eyes.
That moment, like right
and I'm
before
like,
you know.
Why am I about to tear up at the Mario Bros. Movie? It's not even emotional. But anyway, this movie is great. It's chock full of a ton of Easter eggs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like little like hidden things. One in particular, there's this one part, and you really got to catch it. When he originally gets to the Mushroom Kingdom, and he's in like that Toad Town as he's getting up towards the castle, and Toad is bringing him through it. They walk by this like antique shop. It literally says antique shop in this Toad Town, and there's some Toads shopping for antiques, and they're like, if it's not working, you just have to blow into it, and it shows one of them holding an old. I don't remember what one, if it was NES or SNES, but an old Nintendo game cartridge, and they were blowing into it at the antique shop.
Yeah.
And there's just like little things like that in the background. Lots of musical Easter eggs, because there's a lot of music in the Mario games.
Mm-hmm.
And so they put the Mario music into an orchestral score, but then they also like hide in other like melodies from different songs into it, depending on the moment. Because I think there was one moment when he's and I only know this because I've watched videos about the movie and different Easter eggs, but they're going by, Mario's walking through there, and there's a Toad carrying a Cheep Cheep, which is the fish, inside of a bag, and the Cheep Cheep is looking at Mario, and he's angry at him, and as he goes by, they play the water theme music from the water level where the Cheep Cheeps show up, and they play it, one slight line of it within that orchestral score, just in that one moment. And then it goes back to the normal song. Just like things like that. There's been a lot of, it's clear that the people that made this movie are fans of the Mario game.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're a fan of the Mario games, you will love this movie.
Yeah.
If you are stingy and maybe don't even like the Mario games, then why are you even watching?
Yeah.
Like there's honestly really no point if you don't like the Mario movie, or if you're not a kid that would just like this type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a great movie.
It is just fan service movie, but it's good fan service too.
Yeah. And speaking of Easter eggs, at the very end of it, spoiler alert again, it does kind of hint at a sequel or a continuation of it.
Because of Yoshi.
Yeah. So we may see more of these in the future, but I mean, I think that really, if you have the ability to do it justice, I think if you are a fan of something, you get a better quality of movie. So if you have fans making this movie, then you're going to get the experience that other fans deserve when viewing. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's great that they do that and add those little things in there, especially if you grew up with this, you can pick those out a lot easier than others. But I think that's great. I really like the movie. I have nothing bad to say about it. I'm trying to think if there was even anything I wish I would have seen more. I thought it was kind of cool with Princess Peach. Usually she's the damsel in distress, but it shows that in this one she's the tough one. She's the one that can, essentially.
Well, because she's also used to living there in the Mushroom Kingdom. Because they went with the angle of Mario and Luigi being real plumbers, or trying to be real plumbers in the real world, and then stumbling into this magical Mushroom Kingdom.
Right.
And so rather than it from maybe that's sort of implied in some of the video games, but most of the time it just seems like Mario and Luigi were like they just are part of this Mushroom Kingdom.
Right.
Rather than they're being thrown into it. So they kind of needed some sort of character, and they used Peach and sort of Toad in that way to be like their grounded thing that can understand this universe to get through it.
Yeah.
And she's also the one that helps them. She's the one who knows about going to the Donkey Kong Kingdom and going and see Donkey Kong and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it turns into, because, and I do understand some people, that was some people's frustration with the movie, because they're so used to Peach getting stolen, Mario needs to go save him.
Right, yeah.
Save her. And maybe they'll do that for the sequel, but I feel like it wouldn't make sense. You would have to have a whole hour-long arc of Mario and Peach's relationship first for them to fall in love and then get taken away.
Yeah, exactly.
But with an hour and a half long movie, a short movie like that, I feel like it's difficult. But when you have an implied brotherly love with that first segment when they're working together, then him getting taken has more impact for Mario.
For sure.
And it makes it actually worth it, because if he shows up to this Mushroom Kingdom and Luigi's with him and they're like, "Help, our princess has been stolen by the evil Bowser," and they'd be like, "I'm out."
Yeah.
I just got here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Princess,
I have no attachment. That sounds like your problem.
Right.
But now it's, this is my problem because my brother got stolen, or got lost and then eventually got captured.
Yeah.
So I need to help find him.
For sure. Yeah, no, I agree. I think they did it the right way, and if the intention was to, continue making more of these, I think they set it up in a good way to continue doing that.
Yeah,
so.
I wonder if they would maybe in the next one flip it on its head and do the more traditional, now that Mario and Luigi are acquainted with this universe and have faced Bowser before, maybe do a new one where Peach gets somehow captured by Bowser, and then Mario and Luigi have to work together to go get her.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's basically the only ever plot you'd probably get from a Mario movie is someone gets taken from Bowser, you got to go defeat Bowser.
Or the other move, and I mean, there's a whole bunch of licensing issues and stuff that come into place with this, but create the multiverse of the Smash Brothers.
People have not speculated, because they've definitely not hinted that would happen.
Yeah.
But people have suggested that. I've seen that online everywhere.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Do a Legend of Zelda movie.
Yep, do that first.
A Kirby movie, which I would love.
Yeah.
Because if you can't already see my
I'm surprised they haven't already.
I would love. I mean, there was a Kirby TV show a long time ago.
Right.
I haven't even seen it because you can't really find it anywhere. But
Captain Falcon, or the F-Zero.
Yeah, and there's so many. I think what they would probably do is do the original characters from the original Smash Bros, which is mostly Mario characters plus Kirby plus
Fox,
Samus and Link and
Fox. Yeah. Or not Firefox. Star Fox.
Yeah. So Fox, and then Pokemon. So Pikachu is in there and Jigglypuff is in there, and they've already done the Detective Pikachu movie. Maybe they would need to do another Pokemon movie. I mean, there's already so many Pokemon movies.
Yeah.
But definitely not in this universe. That would be interesting to see. I don't know if it could be done. I don't know if it would be good, even if it were done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you would do if you made all those movies and then you were like, okay, now it's time for a Smash Bros. Movie. What would be a Smash Bros. Movie? You know what I mean? Because it's just a fighting. I mean, I guess
in a way, you face the hand.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. There's that hand.
Yeah. I'm sure they could create something.
They could figure something out.
They could always figure it. I mean,
but I mostly would love that idea because I want a Kirby movie.
Yeah. Well, and a Zelda movie would be awesome.
People have been saying for a long time they need to do a Legend of Zelda movie.
Yeah.
That franchise would fit perfectly into a movie franchise.
Oh,
So it would honestly fit so good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would. People have said, it could be made as an animation, like an animated one, but I could also see there being at some point a live action Legend of Zelda movie.
True.
Because that was a movie that could be easily made in a live action.
Yeah, that's very true.
But if you're going to do a Smash Bros. Universe like this,
you should probably
they would all have to be animated and similarly animated to the Super Marios.
True, yeah. That way you could just plug them in there.
Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I guess we'll have to see. But hopefully, either way, I get a Kirby movie out of it.
We didn't rate dinner and a movie. So we need
Did we not?
No, I don't think so. So we need to rate dinner and a movie, and then we'll go into Cine Snacks.
total dinner and movie. The food is bringing this down low for me.
Big time for me.
Because I'm not even a fan of bananas. It's not bad.
Fan of banana.
Like, it's not bad. I wouldn't say that I hate it, but I wouldn't say that I would ever eat it.
I don't know if bananas are even in my top 10 favorite fruits.
No, definitely not for me.
I wonder if I can name 10 other fruits that are better.
Ooh.
Let's do it together.
Okay, apples.
Strawberries.
Oranges.
Blueberries.
Grapes.
You said oranges already. Why can't I think of fruits? Kiwi.
Pineapple, so good.
Oh yeah. Peaches.
I love passion fruit.
Oh yeah, I like passion fruit too.
Passion fruit flavored things are
last
so
one, raspberry. Like a raspberry. I would pick over a banana probably.
You could also do. Is that 10?
That was 10 already. Look at us.
And bananas, number 11.
Wop wop. All right.
What other fruits?
I
don't know.
Hold on, I'm gonna do that lower. I mean, there really are so many fruits that, But even though this is a very entertaining topic to talk about with fruits.
Watermelon.
I actually
you were talking and all I was thinking was what other fruits are there?
I actually don't like. That's the only melon I like. I don't like cantaloupe.
I don't like cantaloupe or honeydew.
Nah.
But watermelon. Watermelon goes hard.
It does go hard. It does go hard.
I love a good watermelon in the summertime.
No wait, I'll keep it like that. Okay.
All
right.
Okay.
So the rating
is
5. Oh,
4.
we were close. We were really close.
I think I went lower because the food took me low.
Well, and the movie kept me up.
The movie kept me up for sure. The movie I really like, but it's also I'm not going to name it as my top, whatever movies, because once again, it's not. You can't compare it to other like legitimate cinematic masterpieces. Mm-hmm. But just as a fun movie, I really loved it. I've only seen that one. I think I've only seen it that one time no, I saw it another time, I think. But yeah, the food was dragging me down. I mean, water is water.
Yeah.
Mushrooms, bad. When they're raw. Very bad. Yeah. I agree with you, Mario, because he ate it and was like, bleh.
Yeah. And so that's fair.
Bananas, mid. So, anyway, 4.6.
All
What did
right.
you get, 5.0?
Yeah,
I almost
5.
did
just
5.
Even 5. Yeah. But and it takes it back to I don't think if Mario wasn't that likable of a movie, it would definitely be in like probably the 3s. But it was mushrooms by himself, unless I have it to dip in or if it's cooked, I don't want it. And then bananas I could take or leave. I don't know. But all right, well, Cinesnacks.
Yeah,
let's get into Cinesnacks.
We gotta get into Cinesnacks, and I feel bad because I completely forgot to figure out a movie beforehand, so I'm figuring out right now. It shouldn't take me long. I just need to find a movie that I know. Just
a quick recap with Cinesnacks. You should know already, but if you're new to the show, it's yes or no questions. It's basically I'm going to try to guess a movie by just asking questions and get 3 clues within 2 minutes. If I get that right, then I don't get punished. But if I get it wrong, or if I get it right, he gets punished. Mm-hmm. So hopefully that wasn't.
All right, this is my movie. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie, so I pulled it up so that I can give you proper information. Hopefully I can give you well enough hints, and I think I'm going to
ask all the questions.
I'll need to write down some hints real fast.
Yeah, mushrooms by himself. I don't think I've ever, unless I've had it with something, I don't think I've ever had mushrooms where it was just raw or just, eat it. I've probably had it once raw just by itself. I mean, I know some people who really, really hate mushrooms, but
I'm not huge on mushrooms. I've definitely warmed up to them more, but obviously cooked mushrooms are going to be a much better scenario. Right. I love fried mushrooms.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fried mushrooms.
Man, I don't know what for my third hint.
I've actually had a portobello taco, where it was the fried mushrooms on tacos. That was actually really, really good. But you got this movie yet?
I hope that these aren't too giving away hints. Maybe
well,
they are.
I hope they are.
Yeah, for you, it's probably
for my
okay.
sake.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let me get my 2-minute timer. Actually, let's see, 2-minute timer, just so we know where we're at. I should have all had this all prepared beforehand.
That's okay.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Was it made in the 90s?
No.
Was it made in the 80s?
No.
In the 2000s?
No.
And 2010s?
Yep.
Okay, between 2010 and 2015?
Yep.
Okay, so was it 2010 exactly?
Nope.
2011?
No.
2012?
No.
2013?
No.
2014?
Yeah.
Okay,
14.
2014.
I
Action
just
movie?
Told you. No, I wouldn't say there's much action.
Sci-fi?
No.
Thriller?
Yes.
Okay, it is a thriller.
It's a thriller.
Is it scary?
It's
Would it be a horror
not
movie?
in a horror way,
Okay.
but it is kind of in a thriller way, sort
Like
of.
suspenseful?
Suspenseful.
Are there a
yes.
lot of jump scares in it?
No, not jump scares.
Is it based on a true story?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay, is it a white male lead?
Sure enough, it is.
It is. Classic.
Classic.
Is there music in it?
Not. I mean, there is, but not predominantly music.
Is there any? So no sci-fi. So nothing.
You got 1 minute. No sci-fi. Nope.
Cartoon.
Nope.
Disney.
Nope.
Famous director.
I actually don't know. Not that I don't recognize the name. Honestly, no.
Oh my goodness, I don't. Is it in the United States?
Yes. You haven't asked for hints yet.
Hint. Or yeah, sorry, clue.
Car.
A car. Oh wait. Does this guy beat up people?
No.
Okay. Next clue.
At least I can't remember them beating anybody up.
Okay, next.
Camera.
Camera. All right, next clue.
News. Those are really good hints. Like
Camera,
very
news,
strong.
car.
You have about 15 seconds ish.
Is he on a bus?
No.
Camera, news, car.
I mean, he may have showed up on a bus, but it's nothing that I remember.
Is there a female lead?
No, there's not one that's major.
Is the car like a really notable thing for the movie?
There are some notable scenes with cars. You're out of time.
Oh shoot. Notable scenes with
cars. Let me check about the female lead. I mean, I know there's some ladies in the movie, but I don't remember. I think he has a love interest, or maybe it's his boss. That might be a hint, but there's not, like, you look up the promotional material for this movie, and it's mostly just this one dude.
And it was
the white male lead.
And it was cars.
Car.
Okay. Shoot.
Camera and news.
Car, camera, news.
And I'll actually give you an extra hint, and because I'm now confirming it, I almost did this. I'm going to say mirror.
Mirror?
But maybe don't think of that. There's one specific shot that's like pretty. I've seen it multiple times. Pretty famous.
But you've seen this movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's one specific shot that's it's a mirror shot that is very famous.
Car, camera.
I have no idea if you've seen this movie. If you haven't, you need to.
Car, camera, news, and a white male lead.
There he is.
Oh my goodness. This doesn't really. I'm really just trying to put myself back in 2014.
Where was I in 2014?
Well, I don't think I watched a lot of movies that year.
It was a bad year for movies. I don't know. It probably fine. This movie's really good.
Shoot. There's only one movie I can think of, but that actually doesn't.
Looking on here, I think it's technically, it may be like an independent movie, possibly. It got nominated for Independent Spirit Award for best first feature. That probably doesn't help you, but it says Independent Spirit Award.
I don't think this is right then.
Independent movie.
All right, here's my guess.
I never showed it to anybody. So.
Okay, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
We're
okay.
at the reveal anyway.
Baby Driver?
Nope. Nightcrawler.
Oh,
have you seen it?
Yeah, that is a good movie. Jake Gyllenhaal. Man,
I was honestly just trying to remember what all happens in that movie, but I remember he's he's working
like
for a news company, like a reporter, and he's trying to get that money shot. And he's getting in some sketchy situations and taking pictures of. There's specifically one of like this car wreck, and then he gets out and he's taking pictures of someone in the car wreck and different.
I always get confused with that one and what is it? Nocturnal Animals. That's another Jake Gyllenhaal one.
Seen that.
That one's really good too. It's disturbing, but it's really good. I always get confused with those two. But yeah, Nightcrawler. Man, I haven't seen that in a while. All right. Anyways, what's my punishment?
Loser. Okay, your punishment. We're gonna have to go outside for this.
Uh-oh.
Not outside.
Oh, okay.
It's really cold.
Okay.
But like out there.
Okay.
So
that's fine.
let's go ahead and cut. So here's Casey. We're out here in the lobby, and let me turn this. I don't know if you can see me, but we're about to get into his punishment. And there's bananas in the movie, and there's the Mario Kart scene, and there's banana peels everywhere. And so Casey is going to trip on the banana peel. That's the banana you ate. And he was actually about to throw it away. And then I was like, wait, don't throw that away. I need that for your punishment. And so we're here.
Can I just walk to see if it like actually in step and just see if it actually slips?
Yeah, I just want to see.
Because I want it to be a genuine fall.
Yeah, I want it to be a genuine fall too.
That didn't work. Hold on. All right, here, let's see.
Hold on. You got to have like the peel side up.
Oh, that's right.
You know what I mean? Because of the slippy side down.
Like that?
Yeah, my hope is that you just get injured really horribly. I'm just kidding.
That's your hope.
That's the punishment. All right, go. Yes! Oh, yes!
I wasn't expecting it to slide that much. Wow,
that's
that
what I was
actually works.
That's awesome. Well, we better get back to the show.
Oh man, that legit hurt.
Well, when the first time you walked, you didn't think it was going to actually do anything.
No.
And so you're like, I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah.
And then you slid like 3 feet on it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Like you think like with how animated it is that it's not a legit thing, but on that tile and on the actual banana,
hopefully you didn't break your arm.
No. It's and I landed on my side, but it is what it is.
Well, that's the punishment.
Yeah, that's true.
I had to kiss a fish, so we're even.
Yeah, I mean,
it's pretty bad.
They're pretty close to even.
But anyway, that was actually much better than I thought it was going to. Because I'm like, is he going to full commit to falling on it?
Yeah.
And you did even when you didn't want to.
That's true. That's true.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much with the last couple episodes where we have left our viewers with something to digest, they were both movies. Or a few movie suggestions.
Oh, you have something different?
Well, I might be the one in this episode to kind of break that.
Okay.
With music. So
Ooh.
Yeah, so with music, there is one band that I've been listening to a lot on repeat. They've been around for a while, but they've been on. I believe they're from. I believe they're from Australia, if I'm not mistaken. But they've been around for a while. But one of their songs has been really popular now, especially in like TikTok or on Instagram. But it's the band is called Ocean Alley, and I don't know if you've heard of Ocean Alley, but they're really good. Yeah, if you want to check them out, Ocean Alley, it's just like a very like mellow kind of rock band, but they play and they're from Sydney, so that there's a song that is played a lot, which is the Confidence, where it's like it's all about a confidence, babe. That song.
Yeah.
So
I've heard that.
And that whole album's really good. It's I don't know how you pronounce it. Chiaroscuro maybe. But that whole album has just been super good. So that's mine to digest. If you want to check out a new band, Ocean Alley, they're pretty solid. So that's mine for this week.
I have heard that song, but I've not heard of the band. So
check out the band.
Check it out.
It's pretty good. It's really mellow. Kind of I don't want to say psychedelic, but kind of reminds me of like a psychedelic, like mellow blend.
Based off of that one song, and just based off of honestly the picture of the guys, it might be like more of like a yacht rock.
Yeah, it could be.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's kind of like, it's kind of like mellow.
What are some other bands that you would say are kind of like yacht rock?
Oh man, what are some yacht rock bands?
Just Google yacht rock band.
Yacht rock bands. I feel like usually, I don't even know. Toto is usually an example of like a yacht rock band.
Maybe I don't know. We'll play some after the show and all.
It says the Doobie Brothers.
Maybe not. Well,
I don't know much of the Doobie Brothers.
I like the Doobie Brothers, but I don't know actually.
But I don't know anything about the band. I was just thinking
we'll listen
that
to
sort
some
of
afterwards.
That sort of rock where it's kind of mellow and not like super loud.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Just vibing. It's kind of like a yacht rock
for sure
deal.
But yeah, so that's my digest. If you want to check it out, if not, I mean, if you're just looking for new music that you just kind of want to chill to, they're a good band to look into. So I'm very new to their stuff, so I don't know a whole lot, but I like what I'm listening to so far. So, but yeah, so thanks for joining us today, talking about Super Mario Brothers. If you have the chance to watch it, go ahead and do that. It's a fun movie to watch, very family friendly, fun for the whole fam. And check out Ocean Alley, and then also you can check out Nightcrawler too. So
Nightcrawler, so good. We didn't even talk about that movie very much.
Yeah, but
it's so good.
Yeah, and if you like bananas, you can tell us you do, and come up with.
If you like raw mushrooms,
and if you like raw mushrooms, you can join us with this. But thanks again for joining us today. Follow us on all social media platforms, and you can hear us on all or most podcast platforms, and you can see us on YouTube do all the crazy stuff that we do. So appreciate your time. So thank you, and bon appetit and happy viewing.
Later.